Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Welcome back to another What's for Dinner. We took a little break for Christmas and New Year's, so this is our first time back in a couple of weeks. It feels a little odd to be back over here and ready to do this, but we've got some good meals planned for this week. I'm really excited about our Subby Supper. That will be our last one. If you're new here, Subby Supper is just where my subscribers, my subbies, send in their favorite recipes and we try a new one each week. But before we get started, I hope you had a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We're really excited to see what 2020 is gonna bring for Mandy in the Making. For our first meal of the new year, we're gonna do one that's really, really simple, y'all. Like, so simple, it's silly. It's called Creamy Caesar Chicken. The sauce has plenty of flavorings and seasonings in it, so we don't even have to season our chicken. I'm just gonna go ahead and spray this 9x13 pan with a little bit of Pam. These chicken breasts are super thin already. I bought them that way, but if yours are not thin, go ahead and pound those out to about an inch thick. Now to prep the sauce, I've got a cup of creamy Caesar dressing. I've got about a half a cup of sour cream. And I've got a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna put almost all of this in there. Now I'm just gonna whisk this together. And that's it. We're just gonna cover the chicken in this Caesar dressing mixture. And I've got our oven already preheated to 375. And these will bake for about 30 minutes. I almost forgot this step. This last little bit of grated Parmesan cheese, I'm just gonna put it on top. That's gonna help it brown up. We are gonna turn it to broil there at the very end just to kind of crisp everything up. Okay, this is going in the oven at 375 for 30 minutes. To go along with our chicken, we're gonna have rice and broccoli. I'm just doing frozen broccoli in the microwave, and I'm also just doing plain rice. I'm gonna cook it in chicken broth just to give it a little extra flavor. For Christmas, I got a couple of new gadgets for the kitchen, which made me really excited. I got this brand new knife. I've had this knife on my wish list for quite some time, ever since I saw Jen Chapin talk about it. And Santa noticed that it was on my wish list and gave it to me for Christmas. This is definitely an investment piece for your kitchen, but it does have a lifetime warranty, which is really nice. If you've been watching my What's for Dinner videos, you've seen me use this knife for a very long time. I've had this Pampered Chef knife for 10 years plus, and it had a sheath. This one does not. And my husband and I went out on a date night one night, and we had some Christmas money, and we stopped by Bed Bath & Beyond, and we found this knife block. This is a slotless knife block, so you can put whatever knives you want to in it. We've got our kitchen shears in here as well. We've got all of our steak knives in here. I love it. Put the lid on this and turn it down to low and let it cook for about 18 minutes. If you're interested, I'm gonna have the knife block and this knife linked in my Amazon store below. This is just some parsley that we're gonna put on top of the chicken. This is optional. This is just to make it pretty for online. Gracie. Say, look, I know there's cheese up in here. Is that right? You're just waiting. She's been missing What's for Dinner too because she's not getting to snack as much. We haven't been cooking as much. Ain't that right?
This looks really delicious, baby.
I know, it does.
Nice presentation. Looks so yummy. Just cut into it with a fork there.
I brought a knife, but I didn't think we would need it.
Man, it looks really good. Smells good.
Hot?
Wow. Really, really delicious. I love the seasoning. I love the flavor of the creamy Caesar sauce that's on top. Wow. With the Parmesan cheese. It's very, very delicious. It's very rich. I love the flavor of it. The chicken is cooked perfectly. It's very tender. It's not dry. Tons of flavor.
Sweet.
Really good.
Cole, do we have a thumbs up from you over there? We have a thumbs up from Cole. This is about as easy as it gets, y'all.
So delicious.
So if you are in a pinch, I mean, it was like, what, 3 or 4 ingredients? It was so, so easy. Give this one a try. Tonight on the menu, we've got a pork tenderloin in a honey garlic sauce, and I'm also gonna serve it with some mashed potatoes. Let's get started. This is our spice rub. I've got 1/2 teaspoon of each salt, pepper, garlic powder, and paprika. For our sauce, I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 1.5 tablespoons of soy sauce, and 1/2 cup of honey. So now I'm just going to take our spice rub and sprinkle it all over our pork tenderloins. I have 2 pork tenderloins here. They're about 1 pound each. I did trim off the excess fat. I've got this cast iron skillet. We're going to heat this to about medium-high heat. And then I'm going to add some olive oil and we're going to sear our pork tenderloin. Now that our pan is hot, I'm going to add in a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. We're going to add in our sauce. And I'm going to add in our garlic. Now we're going to take it from the stove to the oven. I've got the oven preheated to 350 degrees. This is going to go in for about 18 minutes or until the internal temperature of the pork tenderloin reaches about 155 to 160 degrees. Okay, I'm going to take these off and I'm going to put aluminum foil over them, and I'm going to turn the skillet to medium-high heat and let this thicken for about 3 minutes.
let's get into this. It's really good. Love pork tenderloin. Love how tender this is gonna be. Look at that. Get it in this sauce here. Wow. That is really good.
Whoa. You should have seen Cole's face when he took his first bite. It was good.
Man, that sauce is incredible.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, sweet, savory, teriyaki type of sauce.
Yeah.
You definitely get the sweetness on the honey, and then you get the saltiness of the soy sauce and that good garlic flavor. So it looked like it was pretty easy to cook. I mean,
yeah, it was very easy. I was a little scared of it, I'm not gonna lie. Like it made me a little nervous, the whole searing it first, then putting it in the oven, then taking it back out. Like I was scared I was gonna mess it up, but
yeah, you did a good job.
Yeah, it was very easy. Y'all, this sauce is so good. And if you don't like pork, like if pork is not your thing, I think you could totally do this with chicken, maybe like chicken thigh, excuse me, chicken thighs, or I don't know. This sauce would be great with any meat, honestly, but
you could even make this sauce as like a dipping sauce.
yeah, absolutely.
It's the last meal of the week, which means it's subby supper night, and we are so excited about this one. Not only is it really easy, it's like a 20-minute meal, but it's something that my husband is really passionate about, and that's Korean food. Tonight's subby supper recipe comes from Susan. It's not her original recipe. She sent me the link to it. I'm also gonna have it linked below, but it's called Korean ground beef and rice bowls. Susan is originally from Louisville, and she moved to Philadelphia, where she's been for about 24 years. She is married to her husband, Steve. They've been married for about 18 years. She said she has a grown stepdaughter named Danielle, who got married a couple of years ago, and last year gave them their first grandbaby, Riley Grace. And she also has a 15-year-old daughter named Katie. She said she and Katie love to watch my videos together and try new recipes. And she said Katie especially loves it when Cole is off camera, but yet sticks his thumb in there and gives us a thumbs up for that meal. I love that too. She also sent a couple of notes with this, so I am going to tweak it according to her notes, which I really appreciate. So thank you so much for sending this in. We are really excited to give this a try. Let's get started. You definitely don't need a rice cooker to have perfectly cooked rice. I just put it in boiling water and turn it down to low immediately and cover it and let it simmer for about 18 to 20 minutes, and it comes out perfect every single time. So Susan's suggestions for this was to double the meat, which we're doing, and then triple the sauce because you want extra sauce to go over your rice. So I'm not quite tripling it. I'm gonna kind of do my own take. You'll see what I'm talking about. So just letting you know that's what we're tweaking. So when you go and click on the recipe, you'll see the original one. We're doubling the meat, tripling the sauce. 3/4 a cup of packed brown sugar, about 3/4 of a cup of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, 3/4 a teaspoon of ground ginger. This is where I'm not quite tripling it. It calls for 1/4 of a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. I did just barely over 1/4 of a teaspoon. It calls for 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper. I've got 2 pounds of extremely lean ground beef. I don't want to make this too fine. I'm gonna leave some chunks a little bit bigger. I've got my minced garlic. We're gonna cook this along with the ground beef. Now that our ground beef is completely cooked, I'm gonna add our sauce in, and we're just gonna let this simmer for 2 to 3 minutes. And then it's gonna be time to eat.
I'm gonna let the beef cool for just a minute and then we're gonna plate it up and start eating.
Korean food.
So if you don't know, Stephen has an aunt who is Korean, and whenever we see her, he gets so excited, not only to see her, but she always cooks for him.
Oh, wow. Mmm. Oh man, that is really good.
Yeah?
The meat has the really sweet, savory flavor to it. Oh, I love the flavor of the beef. That is really, really, really good. And the sauce, it's coating the rice pretty good. I love that. It's really good. The sauce is really good.
So I'm really excited that we tripled the sauce like she said, because there's no way the amount of sauce that they called for would be the right amount. So I'm glad that we tripled it. And y'all, it's a really big deal that Cole just put his thumb in here, because he's not big on different Asian foods. That's not his favorite dish, so he was very skeptical. So the fact that he gave me a thumbs up over here, that's really good. Well, thank you, Susan, for sending this in. I'm really excited to give it a try. It's been smelling really good. I love how easy it was, and I love that both of my guys like it. Thank you so much for watching this week's worth of dinners. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That really does help out my channel. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, if it's still red below, click that so you'll subscribe to my channel and you won't miss any of my videos coming up. Thanks, y'all, and I'll see you next time. Bye. You ready?
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Wait, are you ready? Meow. Is it right now?
Just right now.
Okay. That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Tell them,
Okay. Y'all come back now, you hear? Wait.
What?
Wait. This was a Christmas present for Steven this year. Isn't it awesome? This was Steven around 21, 22 years old. He still makes this face all the time.
Right.
Okay.
You can do it. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
3. 3.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. Louisville? How do you say it?
Louisville.
How do you say it?
Louisville. I say Louisville because I'm a hick, so I don't know.
We're just gonna leave that part out. She lives
Just
in
say I'm
Philadelphia.
from Kentucky. She's from Kentucky.
Kentucky. I could say Kentucky. Let's do that one. Okay, I got this. But she didn't say Kentucky. Is there another Louisville somewhere?
Oh, there could be.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna just say Louisville.
Okay.
Why is it so hard? Okay.